Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the special presentation of the SFL live on YouTube. We have training camp battle number 2 coming to you live from St. Louis, Missouri. The Houston Hyenas come to town to face off against the hometown Gladiators. Once again, this is training camp battle number 2. As you can see, all the rosters are going to be a little off tonight. We do apologize for that. We're going to have 7-minute quarters. Abilities are not up to date as of yet. This is just preseason, so sit back, enjoy the ride. My name is Eric Vincent. I will be with you all night. Let's get ready for the coin toss right now.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
Give us tails.
It is heads.
Good kick.
And St. Louis will kick the ball off to start off our training camp battle. Once again, 7-minute quarters, other than the typical 11 that we have. You're going to see the names are a little bit off tonight. I will do my best to make sure I get everybody's name called correctly. And let's go from St. Louis. Houston to receive in their all-whites black helmet. They will take the ball up the middle to about the 32-yard line where he'll be wrestled down. That is newcomer Corey Sims out there on the return. And the familiar face, Cody Cantrell, will trot out onto the field to take control of his offense. St. Louis in the green and gold. Handoff up the middle to the running back. That's newcomer William Choice for the Hyenas. He gets a good chunk of yardage out to the 40-yard line. 7-yard gain. That's second down. Also on offense, coming back is Jamari Mito. He has been moved over to wide receiver for this season. The ever-elusive D.R. Sim, number 80, is the number 1 wideout in Houston as Choice gets another carry. Gets thumped right at that first down marker. He will not get first down yardage, and that will bring up a 3rd and short. Corey Sims, I already mentioned his name on the kickoff return, and that wraps up the offensive starters on Houston's side of the ball. 3rd and short. St. Louis is stacked on the defensive front. We will get to them in just a second as Choice gets another handoff, but that St. Louis defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1, 4th down. St. Louis has 2 corners. Colin Douglas returning, Ron Wild, a newcomer. John Barson, the gold defensive tackle, in the middle there. Aiden Friday is coming back at outside linebacker. Declan Slaughter, William Davidson at linebacker as well. Freeman Peltier and Greg Hatton Shore are the rest of the defensive starters. Houston will punt the ball away to St. Louis, and it is fair caught at about the 22-yard line. They'll mark it at the 23. Peltier was on the receiving end of that. And we will get Ethan Alexander coming out for this St. Louis offense. Formerly known as Alexander Shayatovich, he is now converted to quarterback and will command this St. Louis Gladiators offense. 2 backs with him in the backfield. He will take the snap. Got plenty of time. Avoids 1 sack. Not going to get away from the other. Dragged down, and I believe that is Kit Moore. No, it is not. That's one of the other defensive linemen there. Kit Moore is their big defensive tackle for Houston. And it looks like he kind of got hung up there. Aaron Arrington, Tyleek Jones, those are the corners on this Houston defense. Darian Bowles, Carson Delahart are your linebackers. Joaquin Rose and Blake Chance comes over from Carolina to the strong safety spot for Houston. Alexander is changing things up at the line of scrimmage. He will have Roland and Murr in the backfield. That is Roland that gets the handoff. Roland, the fullback. He gets his first handoff in SFL history. But Houston is able to make the stop. 3rd and long for St. Louis. The tight end Elijah Swaim, number 87, is also on offense. And the ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Alexander was trying to get it off. One of the big, tall defensive linemen was able to knock it down, and a quick 3 and out for St. Louis. They'll have to punt it back to Houston. The punt is away. Sims is going to field it. No, excuse me. That's someone else. Sims is going to be receiving the kickoffs. We'll also have another guy, number 21, receiving punts, at least for today. Houston changing up their number font a little bit. I like it. Let us know what you guys think. Be sure to smack that like button while you're watching tonight. Cantrell is under center this time. He'll take a short drop over the middle, batted around, and it's going to be caught by DR Sim. DR Sim is always in the right place at the right time. He's able to make a huge gain there on a pass that could have easily been intercepted by that Gladiator defense. As we get another look here, tipped around several different times, but somehow finds itself in the resting arms of DR Sim. Second and very short, I formation for Cantrell. Choice is the back. And he will get the handoff, and they'll give him first down yards. He had a bit of a hole there and got thumped down before he could get through there. That's the newcomer, Greg Hatton-Shore, on the stop. First and 10 for the Hyenas. Just inside of Gladiator territory. Choice will get another handoff. He'll spin around one tackle, able to make it out to the 39-yard line. A gain of 6 yards on first down. This Hyena team, they talked about it a lot on the roster reveal show a couple nights ago, that a lot of these guys have left for other teams, did not choose to come back. Cantrell is all in. He is their quarterback of the future going forward. Choice is the newcomer, filling in for Deion Hawkins, who left for Chicago. Davidson is in there on the stop for St. Louis, who has completely revamped their defense. Not a whole lot of star power on offense per se, but if you look on the defensive front, 3 linebackers, a defensive tackle, 2 corners, and 2 safeties. A lot to watch out for, as Choice is stopped short of the first down, and Houston will have to figure out what they want to do here. Inside 2 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Cantrell has his offense on the field. We'll see what they want to do here. Maybe they just try and get the Gladiators to jump off sides. 10 on the play clock. And Cantrell will let it tick all the way down and call a timeout. And it would be a lengthy field goal try for Houston. We'll see what Damon Simeon wants to do here. Minute 39 left to go in the opening quarter of this training camp battle. Second week of this. We will have one more next week before we count down our top 9 games in SFL history. So Houston will punt the ball away. It's going to land at about the 5-yard line and bounce harmlessly into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. St. Louis will take over at the 20. About a minute and a half left to go. June 25th, 7 Central, 8 Eastern is when we will do our countdown of the top 9 games in SFL history. Number 9 will be broadcast that night. You can check out the schedule underneath the video here on YouTube. Alexander in the shotgun. He will pass again. This time he'll throw it out to Murr. Murr has a few yards on that first down play. Slimmed down a bit in the offseason. Coach gave him a go-ahead at running back and decided he was a good fit. Signed him to a gold contract and brought in Garrett Rowland to fill that fullback spot. I formation for the Gladiators. Houston is stacking up the line, ready for a run. Handoff to Murr. He has some room over on the left-hand side, and he's loose. No one is going to catch him. To the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, 5, and touchdown Houston. Excuse me, touchdown St. Louis. Man, oh man, what a run by Evan Murr. Big number 42, as I mentioned, slimming down this offseason, and a huge touchdown run as he dances across the goal line for the first points of the ball game. Extra point upcoming. And it is up and good. So a 7-0 lead for the Gladiators as we creep inside a minute left to go in the quarter. That was a huge touchdown run by number 42, Evan Murr, who takes over for the departed Park Hee-Chol, arguably one of the best running backs in SFL history. Gladiators have the ball teed up, and they will go ahead and kick it off. Houston will receive, and he gets stumped down at about the 30-yard line. What a hit. Sims just hops right back up, says, thanks, appreciate the hit. I'm going to go off to the sideline now. Cantrell will bring the troops back out. He'll have an I formation. William Choice is his back in the backfield. Choice will get the toss, trying to get some room. Instead, he'll get slugged down in the backfield. Declan Slaughter was in on the stop. Huge tackle for loss. And that'll set him back 5 yards. Great read by the rookie linebacker. Second down and 15. 2 backs in the backfield for Cantrell, who's under center. Short drop, gonna pass over the middle, bobbled around. DR Sim actually dropped it as it falls harmlessly to the turf. And that was just a strange looking play, as it looked like Sim had it, but maybe one of the defenders got a hand in there on it. Looks like Colin Douglas was in there on the coverage. So 8 seconds left to go. Likely going to be the last play of the quarter. And it's a 3rd and long. Cantrell the pass deep over to the right-hand side, and that's caught. Big first down yardage. One of the wideouts able to make Cantrell look good as he is wide open on the right-hand side. In fact, that might have been one of the tight ends. And we'll have 3 seconds left to go in the opening quarter of play. And that will do it for the first quarter. Score at the end of the first is 7-0. And we'll be right back with the second quarter of action in just a couple seconds. So first down now. Cantrell is going to pass deep over the middle, diving attempt, and that's incomplete. Well, once again, guys, this is a training camp battle. The rosters are not correct, so I will do my best to make sure that I say the correct names on my play calling here. If I get a name wrong or if there's something incorrect, please feel free to let me know in the chat. I will try and get it corrected. Once again, we got 7-minute quarters here. Abilities are not correct. Names are not correct as Cantrell throws it deep over the middle. That's picked off. Greg Hatton-Shore, the rookie, with his first pick, and he'll return it out to the 36-yard line, and we'll change possessions. Cantrell was trying to make something happen, but Hatton-Shore was back there playing center field as a good safety would, and just followed his blockers out for a nifty little return. So St. Louis will take over. Ethan Alexander. We'll see what he can do along with Murr, who had that long touchdown run on the last drive. Handoff to Murr in the backfield. He'll get thumped right at the line of scrimmage. Several Houston defenders in there on the play, including Carson Delahart, who you see pictured in the screen right there. Second and 9. They'll give him a yard on that carry. Alexander's going to throw, and it gets bobbled down to the turf. As he was throwing, the big defensive tackle gets in and makes the stop, forcing incompletion. So a third and long here for St. Louis, and we'll see if they can recover. 6:15 left to go. Alexander has 4 wide receivers, 3 towards the top of your screen, and Murr in the backfield. Alexander to pass, deep drop over in the middle. That's picked off. An ugly pass there, thrown into triple coverage, and it's picked off by one of the extra corners out there to cover the 4 wide receiver set. No, excuse me, that was Blake Chance. Blake Chance coming in from his safety spot. He was playing up close to the line of scrimmage and was just right place, right time once Carson Delahart tipped it up in the air. So Cantrell will get another chance here as he hands it off to Choice, who gets about a 4-yard gain.
Gain of 5 on the play. Gesser with the tackle. Second and 5.
Clock ticking inside of 6 minutes as we get a 2nd and 6 for Houston. Pitch play to Choice. Choice sidesteps the tackler, is able to get out to the 37-yard line. He's had 22 yards on 10 carries so far. Not great numbers as of yet, but with this Houston running attack, you never quite know what you're going to get. There's Hatton-Shore. He already has 1 pick this afternoon. We'll see if he can add another. Handoff to Choice. Choice fights through, able to get first down yardage out to the 33-yard line. And a big rushing attack last year with Dion Hawkins and Cantrell. Hawkins was great coming out of the backfield as well. Chicago will certainly utilize those skills, but Houston needs someone to fill the shoes. Will William Choice be that guy? We will see this season as Cantrell drops back to pass. Short screen pass over to Choice, and he gets mugged. Aiden Friday, the returning backer, gets into the backfield and just throws a forearm shiver. Sweet mother. So a 2nd and long for this Houston offense. After the big defensive stop by St. Louis, Choice has some room on the left. He'll make it out to the 31-yard line. A decent gain. However, still a 3rd and long for Houston. Once again, if you're just joining us, guys, this is training camp battle number 2, 7-minute quarters. The names are going to be a little off on the gameplay that you see right there. I will try and get them correct on the play-by-play. As Cantrell throws it out to the right, toe drag swag. Keeps his feet in bounds, but it's going to be short, only a 5-yard gain. And that'll bring up 4th and 2. The field goal unit will have to come out on the field. Abilities are not what the players are going to have coming up this regular season. Names are not the same. Basically just threw on some practice unis and said go play ball. Houston with the low snap, gets it up, and it is good from 42. So Houston is on the board with 3 points. And that's a lengthy field goal for simply a generic kicker, not automatic. But they're able to get it up and through despite the terrible snap. So 3:30 left to go in the first half. St. Louis will take over once again, and we'll see if Ethan Alexander, who's had kind of a rough going at quarterback passing, we'll see what he can do on offense as St. Louis returns it just about to the 30-yard line, just short. They'll mark him at the 29. Once again, guys, make sure to hit that like button while you're watching this evening. It helps the league out. I certainly appreciate it as well. And if you are new to the action, please feel free to check out our website, simulationfl.com. Website is under construction currently, but you can still sign up to be a player, join in on the fun, and watch all this great football action as Murr takes it out to the 37-yard line. Another big gain as you see his yardage totals so far. And he was always a bruising runner even at fullback last year. Got some decent touches. That same bruising running style will probably be added this year as a running back. Offset I formation, Alexander will be under center. He'll hand it off to Murr once again. Sidesteps a tackle, gets first down yardage out to the 40-yard line. And this Houston defense trying to keep Murr from running all over them. He's approaching the 100-yard mark as we approach the end of the first half. Split backs for Alexander, 2 wide receivers. He'll hand it off to Murr. Murr has some blocking on the left-hand side and has some room once again. Aaron Arrington's the only one who can catch him. Will he beat him? 5, touchdown, Evan Murr once again. 2 touchdowns for the newly signed gold running back for the Gladiators. As the only one who had a chance was Arrington, who came all the way across the field to see if he could catch him, and he could not. Great blocking up front, and you could see that coming a mile away. Extra point pending for St. Louis as they are up by 10 currently. Snap is good, and the kick is up and good. So a 14-3 lead for the Gladiators. As they take 2 rushing touchdowns from Evan Murr. Once again, just preseason action. As Houston gets the kickoff here, Sims will take it out to the 27-yard line before he's dragged down by a couple Gladiators. New coach on the St. Louis and James Richards. Liam Crowter also joins the coaching ranks. As we're starting to see what we might expect from St. Louis this year. Cantrell, wide open receiver over on the right. That's Sim, DR Sim, with a decent yardage there. Out to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 8. And he just lost the coverage there. I'm not sure what Ron Wild was doing. A little bit slow to react on the out route, but that's all right. Teammates there to wrap him up, prevent a first down. And it's 2nd and 2. Two-minute warning here in St. Louis. Houston with the ball and driving, as they are in their own territory at their 35-yard line. And there's a look at Wild as he trots back out to his corner spot. Cantrell hands it off to Choice, who gets first down yardage and more out to the 44-yard line. Big 9-yard gain, as he's a little bit slow to get up and then hops off the turf. Points to the stands and says, "Hey, Ma, look at me." Great couple spin moves there from Choice. Able to evade a couple Gladiators as the clock continues to tick down for Houston. Handoff to Choice once again, who has some room on the right-hand side. Slips out of one tackler, able to get out to the 38-yard line. Big couple runs here from William Choice, the newcomer in Houston. And I apologize. Thank you for correcting me, Dwayne. Alex Shayatovich is the new defensive coordinator, as Liam is working on something top secret for the commish. We look forward to seeing that. Choice gets another handoff. He's met at the line of scrimmage by several different Gladiators, one being Colin Douglas. He's dragged down after a short gain. 55 seconds to go. Cantrell, short drop. He gets sacked. Someone came zorching on in there. Might have been David. In fact, it was William Davidson who came zorching in there, unblocked, and is able to throw down Cantrell before he can get the pass away. Houston's forced to burn their second timeout, so they'll have only one remaining after trying to get St. Louis to jump off sides early in the first. 3rd and long for Houston. 4 wide receivers and Choice in the backfield. Cantrell is under center. Deep pass over to the right, batted down. Great play out there by one of the corner. No, excuse me, that was Peltier. Peltier from his free safety spot, able to knock down the ball and prevent the big play. So we'll see what Houston wants to do here. Looks like they're keeping the offense out on the field. 4 wide receivers set. Cantrell to pass again. Over to the left. That's short of the first down marker, and it's actually picked off. Tipped and picked off by Colin Douglas, who's going to take it back all the way. Touchdown, Gladiators. Pick 6 by the veteran corner, Colin Douglas. as it was just right place, right time. I thought it was knocked down, but it looks like it just pops up into the air. Oh, and off of the foot. Oh, goodness gracious. Off of the foot of the wide receiver as he's running out of bounds. He didn't even know. And Douglas says, thank you, I'll take that back to the house. Incredible. So St. Louis will try and take a commanding lead here in training camp battle number 2. Snap is good, kick is away, and they are now up 21-3. Just an incredible play. As St. Louis gets lined up here to go ahead and kick it back to Houston, we'll see if they can score with 36 seconds left and 1 timeout. Sims will take the kickoff up the middle, running right into the Gladiator special teams. He'll get knocked down at the 28-yard line, 31 seconds left to go in the first half. And as I mentioned, this St. Louis defense certainly might be a force to be reckoned with. 2 picks this afternoon, 1 back to the house. And holding this Houston offense to just 3 points so far. Cantrell deep on the right-hand side, and that's caught. Brought in and slugged down at the 48-yard line. Cantrell will hurry the troops up to the line with only 1 timeout left. Short drop, slings it over to the right, toe drag swag. He's out of bounds for just a 3-yard gain. Both quarterbacks throwing at least 1 pick this evening, as you can see from the stat line. .13 seconds left to go for this Houston offense as St. Louis stacks the line. Short pass, and that's going to be picked off again. These wide receivers cannot hold on to the ball this evening as Aiden Friday gets his mitts on the ball. As we get another look here, again, just right place, right time. DR Sim not able to reel that one in. And Friday was sitting in the middle of the field ready to grab it. So 8 seconds left to go. You would think St. Louis would just run a simple run play or something like that up the middle, take a knee, something to that effect, and just take it in the locker room at this point. Handoff here to Murr. And, the AI just likes to do that sometimes, where they'll run a play and then burn a timeout for seemingly no reason. So 3 seconds left to go. St. Louis with a commanding lead, up 18. As we get close to the end of the first half here. Empty backfield. Looks like it's Hail Mary time for Ethan Alexander. Plenty of time. Tries to avoid the sack. Does not. And gets absolutely demolished in the backfield.
That's the end of the second quarter.
And that will do it for the first half of play. Exciting first half
21.
as St. Louis doing a little bit of everything. Giving the Gladiators a 21-3 lead at the half. And we'll get a look at the first half stats and highlights. We'll be back in just a moment. And a quick halftime show brings us back onto the field. Houston will kick off to start this second half of play in their all-whites, black helmets. St. Louis to receive in the bronze helmets with the green jerseys and white pants. They'll get dragged down at the 28-yard line. Ethan Alexander will come back out onto the field for the first possession of the second half. Alexander strolls up to the line of scrimmage with a big lead coming into the second half of play. Handoff to Murr. Murr is going to break a tackle and not get away from the second as he makes a 6-yard gain on 1st and 10. Once again, if you're just joining us, guys, this is a training camp battle, meaning we've got 7-minute quarters as opposed to the normal 11. The abilities are not up to date as well as the equipment, as Evan Murr takes a handoff. He's got first down yardage out to the 42-yard line. Knocked down on the play by Delahart. So the quarters are shortened, names are not correct, abilities and equipment are not correct. So I will try and correct everything via my play-by-play. And we will get that all taken care of by the start of the regular season. Alexander drops back to pass. Short pass over to Murr. Murr is met at the line of scrimmage by seemingly that whole Houston defense. Good grief. He is able to be knocked down after a short gain of about 1. We have one more training camp battle coming up next week. Curtis had a family emergency. We hope everything is okay with him, so he will be doing training camp 3 next week. I'm doing the one tonight, obviously. And then after that, on the 25th, we will start our countdown of the top 9 games in SFL history. Please stay tuned for that. Great games in this storied league's history. So we will start with number 9 on the 25th and go on from there. The 29th, we will have our new website and SFL partner revealed. Our commissioner, Cameron Irvine, along with Liam Crowter, and our director of player personnel will all be there to announce the big announcement. Houston able to stop St. Louis near midfield, so St. Louis will have to punt the ball away. Inside his own 15, they'll field the ball but not get anywhere else as the Gladiators special teams is able to knock him down at the 13-yard line. An unbelievable game by Evan Murr so far. Not quite the offensive performance I'm sure Houston was looking for this evening, but there is still time as we are about halfway through this third quarter. William Choice up the middle. Huge gain of about 10. They'll mark him inches short, as that was great blocking up front by the Houston offensive line. If Choice was just a little bit more patient, 46 might have been able to land an extra block for him. He might have been gone. But that comes with being a rookie. You earn patience after a while. And after all, this is just preseason. 2nd and inches with an offset I formation. Cantrell under center. Stacked up line for St. Louis. St. Louis is going to drag Choice down in the backfield. Looked like he might have had some room, but Ron Wild came in from his corner spot and said, no, sir. So a loss of about 1 sets it at a big 3rd down for Houston. deep in their own territory. They need to convert this. And they do not. He had a hole, but Freeman Peltier comes all the way up from his free safety spot. Zorch is in there and slugs down Choice before he's able to get any yardage. Great play by the safety. Houston will have to send their punting unit out onto the field once again. The punt is away. Decent hang time. Fielded at about the 40-yard line. A little stop and go. But Peltier is not able to get away from the Houston special teams as he gets a short return out to the 44-yard line. Decent field position for the Gladiators with just a little bit under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jumbo set for the Gladiators as Murr gets a pitch. Somehow Houston gets into the backfield, drags him down. I would have given him a loss of 2, but a loss of 1 officially by the referees. Great play by the defense. Joaquin Rose gets in all the way up from his safety spot. So both safeties balling out tonight. Alexander under center, barking out signals. He will take a short drop, sling it out to Murr. Murr has to backtrack, only is able to get past the line of scrimmage by about a yard. So it'll be 3rd and long again for the Gladiators. And Dwayne, I apologize. I thought that was 21 out there. I could be 100% wrong. Maybe we got someone else wearing that 21 practice jersey trying to imitate you. Alexander on 3rd and long, slings it over to the right-hand side. Caught, but they were going to rule it a fumble. Houston recovers and is dragged down at the 27-yard line. I don't know if I'd rule that a fumble, though, as we get another look at the replay. A catch, maybe? I'd call it an incomplete pass. What do you guys think? And St. Louis is definitely going to be challenging that.
The Gladiators are challenging whether the player had possession.
As it looks to me like that was just a simple incomplete pass. Yeah, I'd definitely say that's an incomplete pass. But we'll see what the referees have to say. That's why I'm not wearing zebra stripes. Here's the call.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a fumble.
And St. Louis will not be charged a timeout as the referees flip over their decision. So an incomplete pass on 3rd and long. It'll end up being 4th down. Either way, it was going to be the equivalent of a punt, essentially. But an interception will not be credited to Alexander. Instead, they will go ahead and punt the ball over to Houston. Houston will field it at about the 15. Not able to get away from the Gladiator special teams once again. Decent yardage out to the 23-yard line where Houston will take over once again. Want to welcome everybody in the chat. I'm seeing some normal faces, some new faces. Dwayne Schindler, I'm a effing problem. Mighty RX, DeAndre Noel, as Choice gets a handoff here for about 7 yards. Colin Northrup, AJ Levy, our director of player personnel, the AZ1 Attic. It's someone new there. I don't recognize that one. Thank you guys for coming out and showing your support for the league. If I missed anybody else, I apologize. We certainly appreciate you all showing up tonight. Choice is going to get dragged down in the backfield by the Gladiator defense. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. Big play by Ron Wild once again. So a 3rd and 4 from the 29. Houston still not able to get anything done offensively as they get stopped on 3rd down once again. This new revamped St. Louis defense is showing their teeth here in the preseason. And Houston will have to punt the ball away once again. 35 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Gladiators receive at the 35, will not get any yardage really, 2 or 3 at the most. And St. Louis will take over at their own 38. Great crowd here in St. Louis for this training camp battle. Offset eye for the Gladiators. Murr and Rowland in the backfield as Murr gets the handoff. He's going to be bouncing off of tackles and he's off to the races once again. Arrington once again in a foot race movement and cannot catch up to Murr. 3 touchdowns for the Gold running back. And the crowd rejoices here in Houston. Excuse me, in St. Louis. I've done that twice today. I apologize. Big spin move there by Murr. And no one was going to catch him at that point. That's the 2nd time tonight that poor Arrington has gotten in a foot race with the speedy Murr. And the former fullback has showed his teeth tonight. As he is off to the races for his 3rd touchdown of the evening. Almost the end of the 3rd quarter as St. Louis continues to expand their lead to 25. So far, we do not have preseason power rankings. We are going to have that leading into the regular season once this final training camp is done next week. And St. Louis just missed out on a playoff berth. They were kind of coming on strong towards the end. Obviously looking really good tonight in this preseason battle. Houston made the playoffs last year. And they will look to repeat that success this year as well, bringing back their gold star quarterback, Cody Cantrell, number 10. We've got 13 seconds left to go as we get a look at William Choice's numbers on the evening. 79 yards on 21 carries. He will get his 22nd carry for just a gain of 1. And that will be the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Here in St. Louis, Missouri. 28-3 in favor of the hometown Gladiators. So final quarter of play from St. Louis. Once again, we've got 7-minute quarters in these training camp battles. Names are a little bit off. Equipment and abilities are not going to be correct. As William Choice gets a handoff once again. Gain of 5, 3rd and 4 for the Hyenas. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Eric Vinson. I will do my best to make sure that we get all the names correct. All the equipment and everything else on the field will get corrected before we get to our first regular season game. These are just practice jerseys. Wanted to play some football for you guys tonight as Cantrell slings it over the middle. Got a first down. Out to the 47-yard line. Big play. Out to his wideout. And finally, we're starting to see the gunslinging mentality of Cody Cantrell. He is an extremely dangerous quarterback, able to thread the needle at any given moment.
First and 10 from the Gladiators, 47-yard.
So they're creeping the ball into St. Louis territory. 47-yard line. Cantrell will sling it out to Choice. Choice tries to spin but does not get away from the tackler. That is John Barson, newcomer out there on the defensive front. And he holds the elusive Choice to a gain of 1. Second down.
Second and 8 from the 45-yard.
I formation for Cantrell. He's going to take a short drop and swing it out to Choice. Once again, that St. Louis defense is not fooled. Peltier and Friday in on the stop. Choice gets another gain of 1, 3rd and long. Houston has not been able to get anything going on offense tonight. Very inconsistent, but once again, this is just preseason. We're just having a little fun out here as Cantrell takes a deep drop. Deep pass over to the right-hand side. Wide open man, and that's caught for a touchdown. Houston finally gets their first touchdown out to the rookie Corey Sims, number 11. And he sneaks behind the corner there who can do absolutely nothing but watch. In fact, that was Peltier, I believe. And all he can do is kind of reach out. Nothing to do there. Maurice Spurgeon also made a good point. These are not the correct playbooks either. So the coaching staff did not put these together. These are the generic playbooks that come directly with the game. So you're not going to see really anything that these teams have rolled out as of yet, other than, you know, maybe some new uniforms. But we're going to give you an idea of what to watch for. Obviously, St. Louis has a lot of newcomers on defense. They've been showing their teeth. Houston, a force to be reckoned with as always. The Gladiators will take over at their own 32. Just inside of 5 minutes left to go in the ballgame. Once again, be sure to smack that like button, guys. We appreciate the likes. We appreciate the love. Thank you all for coming out tonight, taking time out of your busy schedules to watch some Simulation Football League preseason action. Murr will get the handoff. He'll slip out of one tackler. Does not get away from the second. He will lose big yardage on the play. Delahart is in there on the stop, along with Blake Chance, the former Skyhawk, coming up from his safety spot and is able to bring him down. Second and 15 for the Gladiators, who have an offset I formation. Houston is stacking the box here. Eight in the box as Alexander hands off to Murr once again. Able to get the lost yardage back, but that will still be a 3rd and long from the 33. Gladiators will probably take their time here as they have a sizable advantage in this final quarter. We will see what Houston can do as we creep inside of 4 minutes left to play. Alexander takes the snap, delayed handoff to Murr, who is met in the backfield once again. This time it is Darian Bowles, another rookie linebacker for this Hyena defense. And Houston makes a huge stop there that will give them the ball back and possibly make this an even closer ball game. St. Louis will punt from in their own territory. Kick will be from about the 17-yard line. Hang time is good. Fair caught at about the 35, and that is where they'll mark it down at the 35-yard line. Decent field position for the Hyenas as they take over with inside 3 to go. Once again, we've got one more training camp battle coming up next week. Curtis will be on the call for that one. Alaska and Tallahassee as Cantrell takes a big sack. That's going to knock him back 9 yards. One of the defensive linemen, I believe, came free on that. Yep, was able to get away from his block. And Cantrell is just taking his time. Slings it over to Choice. Choice not able to get away. Only gets about 2 as they hurry back up to the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to tick away. Deep drop for Cantrell. Steps up. He's going to be sacked once again. A huge sack by this Gladiator defense. And that'll set back the Hyena offense even further. A huge play by the defensive end as Choice was not even seeing him on his right-hand side. And that's just unfortunate for the Houston offense as they continue to roll themselves out there. 4th and long as we hit the 2-minute warning. Those 2 sacks were definitely not something you wanted to see if you're a Houston fan. That severely limits what you can do from here on out. 2 minutes left to go, down 18. We've got all 3 timeouts for both teams. Cantrell in an empty set. Short drop. He's going to be sacked once again. 3 sacks in a row for this Gladiator defense. Good grief, and that will be a turnover on downs. What a showing today by this Gladiator defense. I believe they have 3 picks, 2 to the house, or excuse me, 1 to the house. 3 sacks in a row to force a turnover on downs. And St. Louis will just throw the backups in there to wind this preseason battle up. Handoff up to about the 16-yard line, no gain. Houston will burn a timeout, seeing if they can get the ball back. Minute 53 left to go. St. Louis knocking on the door once again after that huge stop, forcing the turnover on downs. Pitch play out to the running back again. Minimal gain, actually no gain. Houston goes and burns another timeout. I would agree with Maurice on his call. This was kind of unexpected coming from a St. Louis team. We did not know what to expect from this team going forward. They were finally starting to find their footing towards the end of the season last year. Completely revamped their defense, brings in James Richards. We have yet to see his play calling abilities as Houston makes the stop on 3rd down and burns their final timeout. So 4th down, St. Louis is going to seemingly kick a field goal, excuse me. And that's what they're going to do here. Going to line up for, I believe, a 32-yarder, if my math is correct. Snap is good, and the kick is away, up and good. No good. Oh, man, missed the chip shot field goal. And that's all right there, big fella. Pick yourself off the turf. It's just preseason. Missed it wide to the right. Wow. I thought he had it in there. Easy field goal, seemingly. But it goes to show you nothing is easy here in the SFL. 24 carries, 85 yards for the newcomer Choice as he remains out there with Cantrell. Cantrell throws it over to the left-hand side, caught for about a 4-yard gain. One of his tight ends there making the catch as they hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Deep drop for Cantrell. This time he'll sling it out to Choice. Choice tries to spin away, able to get away from one tackler, deep in his own territory now, cannot get away. He will lose yardage, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long. Loss of 2 there on the play. Clock continues to tick for the Hyenas. Over to the middle, that's caught. First down, Houston. Great catch by Corey Sims, the newcomer, already with a touchdown under his belt. Inside, a minute left to play. Tick, 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 tick. Cantrell over to the middle, caught. DR Sim, the doctor, making another clutch catch. He has had a rough game this evening, but able to redeem himself a little bit with that easy catch over the middle. Cantrell taking his time, finally takes the snap and spikes the ball, killing the clock with 38 seconds left. And it looks like I spoke too soon. Dwayne Schindler has announced that number 6 has been cut. He will pick up his check for the game and drop off his playbook at the end of the game for missing that chip shot field goal. Good luck out there, big fella. Cantrell takes the snap. 4 wide receivers, got plenty of time. Over to the right-hand side, tipped and almost picked off again. That has been the story of the evening, folks. These wide receivers, and this time the tight end, having an extremely tough time holding on to the ball as they almost gave St. Louis another pick. 3rd and long for the Hyenas. Down 18 with 33 left to go. No more timeouts left. Cantrell deep over the middle. That's caught. Breaks out of one tackler, not able to get away from the other. Down to the 16-yard line. Big play for Houston. Cantrell hurrying up to the line, ready to kill the clock. Spikes the ball with 16 seconds left to go. And Houston trying to save some face here and scoring a touchdown towards the end. Their offense finally showing signs of life as you get a look at Cantrell's numbers this evening. Not great. But we'll see if he can put another touchdown on the board. He's already got 1 to Sims tonight. Throws it over to the left. That's caught. DR Sim gets out of bounds. Gain of 4. Stops the clock with 13 seconds left to go. Once again, guys, thank you again for coming out and taking a peek at this training camp battle this evening. My name is Eric Vincent. I've been your play-by-play commentator here on the SFL Network on YouTube. Please go ahead and hit that like button before you go. It helps the league out. I appreciate it as well, as Choice is able to get first down yardage, dragging bodies down to the 1-yard line, and that will seemingly be the ball game. Story of the night, though. Too little, too late for the Hyenas. A disappointing effort, but once again, that's why they call it preseason. 28-10 victory for the Gladiators. As we get a look at the final stats for the game. Thank you guys again for coming out. My name is Eric Vincent from St. Louis, Missouri. Peace.